Hello, everybody, and welcome to my final Kaldheim draft here on the channel. Strixhaven's right around the corner, and so we are going to be sending off Kaldheim. Hopefully we have a sweet deck. Before I dive in, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your favorite Kaldheim moment or any questions or feedback. We're diving in. We're excited. If you would like to catch the action live in the future, check out the Twitch stream at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And if you would like to support my content, you can do so via the Patreon at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. We've opened up a bomb rare. Let's go. On the right page, we've got Immersturm Predator. Absolutely fantastic card. I have not had a great deck with this card yet. I had a deck that was kind of bad that had Immersturm Predator. We're going to try and play this card. We could wheel the Carter's Vicious Return. I haven't played this card yet, even though I've heard not great things, but people don't like it. It could wheel. We could end up with the perfect Rakdos deck. I have enjoyed the format as a whole. It's been pretty good. But yeah, there is a Demon Bolt, and that is a monocolored card, but Immersturm Predator is like play it and win the game. So even if we don't play black-red, we'll probably splash it off of something. So we could play a green deck and splash it. We could even like play it in a different shell and just get a couple of tap lands. So pretty easy first big Immersturm. After that, I would take Demon Bolt, followed I think by Mistwalker over Frostbite. That's kind of a close pick though. We've got the Immersturm Predator. And following that up, there is not a single good red or black card in this pack. The best red or black card is Skull Raid. Unplayable Open the Omen Pass. I never saw this get played. There's a Dusk Wielder, which is not a card that I have played. Notvold Slumbermound. I love this card. It's so cool. But we're probably just going to jam this Spirit of the Alderguard. It can go perfectly with our Immersturm Predator, and then we get a Highland Forest type card and Splash Predator, that sort of thing. Or we could play Open the Omen Paths and ramp out our Immersturm Predator. Oh, so good. No, I'm kidding. So I think I take Spirit. It's just a really good card. One of the better uncommons in the set, in my opinion. You don't need that much snow for it to be great, and it can help you with fixing and things like that. It's just a really good, powerful card. After that, Bounding Gold is pretty solid. Struggle for Skemfar is pretty solid. I think Bounding Gold's a little bit better. And then Highland Forest could help us like fix for Immersturm Predator, but I think I would probably take the removal spells over it. Spirit's a great pickup here. Okay. Well, Dream Devourer, not a particularly great card. Also, something like Jasper, a Sentinel, could help us splash Immersturm Predator. If we play like a green-black snow deck or something of that nature, or like we play a green-red snow deck and use Seize Despoils, there's a lot of options for splashing this Predator. So we can definitely manage to fit both of those into the same deck. I don't think I want to take Snow-Covered Swamp this early, even though if we do end up in red-green snow, the Swamp can help us splash the Predator off of the Alderguard. Snow Swamp is not in high demand, so we can probably get one a little bit later. I'm not a huge fan of the Liberator. It's been a little bit clunky. There is a Bloodline Pretender, which is a card that I think is pretty reasonable in a lot of decks. But overall, really no clear pick for me here. I think Bloodline Pretender's in the running at least. Like a 3-mana 2/2 that can get a little bit bigger, especially if L's is open. Jasper Sentinel's a card that's kind of cute as well. I think I'm going to take the Pretender, because if I end up in certain decks, it could be really good. Black-Red oftentimes has a lot of Berserkers. Green-Black has a lot of Elves, so both of those are reasonable spots to potentially end up. I do want to try and get this Predator into my deck. So in this pack, the best card is Shepherd of the Cosmos, I think. Inga's okay, but it would put me into another color. I guess so would the Shepherd. The best card that's in colors that I've taken is probably Horizon Seeker, which can also help fix for Immersturm. Hi, Isaiah. We have Spirit and then getting a Horizon Seeker, so that would let us splash stuff. I do think Shepherd is quite good, but it puts me towards a color combination that it doesn't really let me play these two cards. And then Inga is just another color as well. Kind of want to take Horizon Seeker, but at the same time, if white is open, I kind of want to draft a white deck. I'm just going to take the Shepherd. We'll see what happens. I'm not generally going to miss the Horizon Seeker, whereas white could totally be open, and I would end up with a good deck with it. So it's looking like white-green might be the place we end up. I've had a lot of success with white-green in the format. There's a Beskar Shieldmate and a Divine Gambit, both of which are pretty reasonable cards. I've been much more impressed with Divine Gambit than I thought I would be. Horizon Seeker again as another option. Grizzled Outrider overperforms. So I think the best white card in the pack is Beskir Shieldmate. There's not a great red or black card in the pack. I'm not going to take Village Rites or Draugr Recruiter. Between the green cards, I think I would rather have Horizon Seeker than Rune of Might. Again, because that potentially lets me splash something. So I think Shieldmate is probably a card I'd rather have than Gambit, and Seeker is better than these other two cards, I think. So now it's between Shieldmate and Horizon Seeker, and I think I'm going to take Shieldmate. I've been seeing a decent amount of white signals, and Shepherd of the Cosmos goes really well with Beskir Shieldmate, and I just got the Shepherd, so we're seeing a lot of like good white cards in a row here. We're also seeing good green cards. So there's a Forest here, which goes well with the Alder Guard. There's also a Troll, but doesn't go particularly well with the cards we currently have. Turgid Shadow did not perform particularly great in this environment. And then there's a Horizon Seeker number 3. So there's not a great white card. I think we can confidently say that blue is not open, so we'll try to avoid getting into a blue deck. Black has also not looked open, so we'll try to avoid blue and black. I think Horizon Seeker versus Snow Forest is super interesting here. I tend to default towards the Forest because you can get a lot of 3-drops, but getting the Forest to make your deck a little bit better is really nice. And making the Spirit of the Alder Guard better is really a nice little perk. And now we can take a Snow-Covered Mountain, or we could take a Batter Shield Warrior. So the Warrior goes with the Shepherd, goes with the Shieldmate. This can name Warrior, and we have 1 Warrior, 2 Warriors, 3 Warriors potentially, play white-green, give up on the Immersturm Predator. I think that might be the direction to go. And then just play white-green, abandon the Immersturm. White-green has looked the most open, so I think we're fine doing that. Okie doke. And then this pack is a blank, so we will just speculate on the Snow Swamp. Oh, awesome, Bad Larry. I hope you enjoy it. So we'll just speculate on the Snow Swamp. Another Batter Shield Warrior. Interesting. I think we'll take it. I'm more fond of this card than some other folks are. We do need to pick up 2-drops, so that will be something to prioritize. Frostbite's quite good. I think we're just giving up on the Predator. I think it's important not to get too baited in. Especially because Carter's Vicious Return got taken. So that was a card that was in this pack that we expected to wheel. So someone else is playing black-red. But it looks like we're getting good white creatures at least. This is one of the reasons I'm okay taking Snow Forest over Horizon Seeker, because I'm getting decent 3-drops regardless. We look at our curve here. We'll play a Raven's Wings potentially. It's a card to consider. I do think Wings of the Cosmos is also okay. It also works well with Batter Shield Warrior. I'd probably rather have Wings than this Wings. I'm going to take Wings over Wings. It's a close pick, but I think Wings is the correct call overall. And Warhorn Blast can be good. There's not a ton of token makers in this set, really. But we're going to just take this card anyway. Divine Gambit came back. That's nice. And the Braggart is a reasonable body. Getting it late is a nice little pickup. Snow Plains didn't come back, which is interesting. Okay, so we have 1 Snow Forest. So the Spirit of the Alder Guard is not looking super great in our deck. This one might turn out to be okay, but I'm not going to really put a huge emphasis on it. There is a Poison the Cup, and we do have a Snow-Covered Swamp. So we played Snow-Covered Swamp, Spirit of the Alder Guard. We could potentially splash. But it looked like white was wide open. We only have 1 green card. I just realized that. I don't know why I was so obsessed with being white-green, but we only have 1 green card. So we aren't necessarily green. So maybe I just take the best card in the Draugr Necromancer and then go for white-black. Black didn't seem super open either. I'm just going to take Beskir Shieldmate, Story Seeker, because I need a 2-drop. And I know that white is open. Now there's a Tree Line. There's also an Elven Bow. I think white-green could be open, though. I think I saw a lot of green cards. The reason I think green was open is because I saw a lot of green cards and I just didn't take them. Whereas I didn't see any black cards that I cared about. And I had Immersturm, so I was on the lookout for him. So I think Spirit is probably going to make it in the deck, and the Snow Force is probably going to make it into the deck. But Elven Bow's a great card. There's not a 2-drop that I want here. Pick doesn't go really well with the cards that I have. I don't have any evasion to like really connect with it. And these things pump my team anyway. I think Elven Bow is just a really good card. This is one of the higher win rate cards in the set. Also just really powerful. Helps turn my little guys into like real threats. So I like this card a lot, even though I have a lot of 3-drops. Arctic Tree Line's a great card for my deck too. And now I'm going to take Sculptor over Snow-Covered Plains. Hope to wheel the plains, I think. Just can get more 2-drops. Help the beatdown train. And the Beskir Shieldmate. Another nice 2-drop. Just really rounding out the 2-drops here. I like it. Cosima's a good card, but again, blue, black, and to some degree red were not super open in pack 1. I think white was clearly wide open. We saw a lot of Horizon Seekers, which maybe means green is open. So I think ending up in a white-green deck is pretty nice here. Ooh, Bound in Gold. You love to see it. So now our removal suite is Wings, Divine Gambit, Bound in Gold. And we have 4 2-drops, which is a good place to be. And I'm totally okay having taken the 2-drop over the Spirit of the Alder Guard. We'll take another Divine Gambit. Divine Gambit's actually a totally okay card to play, even in your aggressive decks. I was really shown the truth of this by Ben Stark when we played with him as a guest, because he just told, and then I played with the card, and it really plays out where you kind of get to a board stall and you need to push through the last couple points of damage, and you just use your Divine Gambit, and they just don't have any cards left. So the card really can perform. Ooh, wow, this is an interesting spot. I think we probably want Battlefield Raptor. We have Battle Shield Warriors to make it better. We have an Elven Bow. We might get some other equipments, and this thing just really punches through a lot of damage. There is the Snow-Covered Plains. This is one of the reasons I'm pretty happy I didn't take the Spirit of the Alder Guard, is because I would have to take like these Snowlands to make it better. This one might not even make the cut. Masked Vandal's great as well, and Beskir Shieldmate is great, but I like the evasion. Masked Vandal's really nice, but I'm just going to take the Raptor. Really key card for my deck. Spectral Steel didn't really get there. Aura or equipment card. So I do have the Bound in Gold that I could potentially get back with the Spectral Steel. I still don't really like that overall. Code Spell Cleric, not a card that I'm really a fan of for this deck. I was kind of wrong on Code Spell Cleric overall when I made my predictions, but I like getting 1 copy of this equipment. It's reasonable. And Starnheim Courser, nice evasive card. I think I still need more 2-drops, but having a Battlefield Raptor is nice for pushing through a little damage. I'm just going to keep taking Divine Gambits. This can be the ultimate Gambit. Kind of a fun way to go out, see how this goes. Another Raven's Wings. Sure. I think I'm going to play 2 Raven's Wings. Another Wings of the Cosmos. Decent combat trick. As I said, I can get as many wings as I want. Okay, pack 3. What do we open? This is among the worst packs I've ever seen for white-green. Holy smokes. Doing well, Yadaro. So this is legendary creatures. We do not have a single legendary creature. And it can put an indestructible counter on a god. And so we have 1 god because this is a changeling, which is technically a god. This is the worst pack I've ever seen for my deck. The best white or green card might be Mammoth Growth. I'm just going to speculate on Tyrite Sanctum in case we get a couple of shapeshifters. I want to play it. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Now, I can take Redguard Stronghold, or I can take another Battlefield Raptor. I think they're both defensible. I think I'm going to take the Raptor. It's really nice to get up my playable count. I do like Snakeskin Veil too, and a Stronghold might wheel if there's no other drafter for it. Ooh, Follow the Imposter is pretty nice. This Divine Gambit's almost certainly coming back around because nobody else realizes that it's the secret. When you have, they also play well in multiples because you Divine Gambit something, they put something else in play and you Divine Gambit that thing and then they're just done. So I'm going to take Fall of the Imposter. I think it's high enough power level. It works really well with my like little raptors and buffing my stuff. And so I'm going to take the Fall of the Imposter. Struggle's not good in my deck. Look how small my creatures are. All of them are 2 power, so I don't think that's going to do what we're hoping for. Now I'm going to take Story Seeker. I do like Master Scald when I have Fall of the Imposter. That is a nice synergy. But I do need 2-drops. I only have 4 2-drops right now. Getting up to a 5th one is really nice. Struggle would be fine, but I think I would even take Master Scald over it. And now Besker Shieldmate. Again, Struggle for Scamfar is just not great in my deck. There's a Jaspera Sentinel, which is an okay card. It's definitely more playable than I thought it would be. But my deck isn't really ramping up to anything, and it doesn't really have any super special fixing or things like that. So I'm just going to keep taking good 2-drops. Especially ones that die into more bodies so that this Warhorn Blast looks a little bit better and the Battle Shield Warriors can perform. Okay, and now a Story Seeker. Our 2-drops are really filling up nicely. Going 2-drop into 3-drop is really nice, especially if we can go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. I think this Bloodline Pretender didn't end up making the cut. Ooh, this is a really nice pickup. The Valkyrie, we're going to trade off things a lot. It'll really come in cheap. So the Spirit of the Alderguard not making the cut currently. Oh my gosh, everything we wanted. So definitely not playing Boreal Outrider. Can't make that work. But there is a Bounding Gold and an Usher of the Fallen. So we have 3, 4, kind of 5 removal spells. We have 18 creatures. I don't think we need the Usher. Usher is like another 2-drop when you already have a lot of those cheap plays. I think we're just going to take Bounding Gold. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to take the Usher. I changed my mind, chat. We have a decent amount of removal. And Usher just gives us that extra chance of going 1, 2, 3, which just insta-wins us the game. The tokens that this makes is actually especially relevant in our deck because of the double Battle Shield and the Warhorn Blast. This is one of the only cards that can actually help you go wide in the set. So I think we're going to do that. Oh, yep. And the Redguard Stronghold Wield. Nice. I agree with Kahitsu's pick. That's what you like to be. Snakeskin Veil. We already have a lot of 1-mana like combat tricks, and this land is really good. Yep, and we get this Divine Gambit back, so I'm even happier that we passed up on the Bounding Gold. Master Scald, certainly a card that I will consider playing at the very least. Sure, we'll take the Revitalize. So it's funny because we second pick the Spirit and completely abandon that path. So we end up not needing it, which is kind of nice. This is best of 1 Yadaro. Divine Gambit also gives us like answers to anything. Okay, so we're not going to play more than 1 Raven Wings, and we're not going to play these cards. So these are all of the cards we are considering. I think first things first, we can cut at least one of the Wings of the Cosmos, because we're not going to want all of those. Probably not a Valor of the Worthy deck. That card is just not super powerful. Sculptor of Winter. So we already have 6 2-drops without it. And Usher the Fallen can give us something to do on turn 2. And we only have 1 Snowland. So I'm going to cut that. I'm also going to cut the Spirit of the Alderguard, and I'm going to cut the Snow Forest. You might be like, but why cut the Snow Forest? Because there are some strange situations where your opponent can end up with one of your lands, like via a Not Void Slumber Mound, and then the Snowland is a downside. So these are some of our removal spells. Divine Gambit's over there. I think we're probably not going to want more than one of those. This is a 3-drop. We have a lot of 3. So this is Bloodline Pretender. Let's see our creature types. We have 6 dwarves, 5 humans, 11 warriors. Look at that. So this guy's actually going to be pretty good in our deck. 11 of our 18 creatures are warriors, and this makes a elf warrior, so 12 creatures are warriors. So that's pretty neat. We have 1 saga to go with the Master Scald. Thank you so much, Dark Slane, for the subscription. I really appreciate that. You know, we could just play mono white. I just realized we have 1 green card, 2 green cards, 3 green cards. And then we could just play like this Valor and this Wings if we needed them. Oh my goodness. We could play mono white to end the format. Oh my gosh. I gotta try it at least one game. I mean, the only card that I'm really giving up, I think this card's good. And this card's good. But having just mono-colored mana is really nice. And we can go down to 16 lands probably. Probably 15 lands because our cards are so cheap. Cut Master Scald because we don't have any auras to get back. Rediguard is really nice. But if I cut Raven Wings and then play it like this, I have 17 creatures, 8 non-creatures, a lot of flying, a couple of combat tricks, great curve, 3, 6, and then 3, 4, 5. I still have 10 warriors. Angel's great in my deck. I have 2 wings. Warhorn Blast looks good, and I play 15 lands because I don't have... I would play 16, but when you play monocolored, you can cut a land generally because it just makes the mana so much easier. You don't have to worry about getting colored sources. So I generally do like my heuristic, I love that word, is to shave a land when I'm going down. I think I'm going to try this mono white list because how often have I gotten to play mono white in this format? 0 times. Axeguard Braggart could be a card that I cut for like a Wings of the Cosmos. But it's like my only expensive card. Everything costs cheap other than that. I think 15 lands is fine for this deck. Wow, I like this. I don't think I need the Raven Wings because I already have a lot of flying stuff. I have 2, 3, 4, 5 flyers already, and this can give flying, so I think I'm going to be reasonably okay. Don't need a third Wings of the Cosmos, I don't think. That's the most likely card that I would add, though. I think the last cut is between Wings of the Cosmos and this Axeguard Braggart. Do I want Axeguard Braggart? Or maybe Warhorn Blast, but Warhorn Blast seems really good in my deck. Yeah, let's just try it like this, see what happens, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support me and my content at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special thanks to those at the credits level. It is thanks to patrons that I'm able to steadily improve the quality of my videos and produce content on a consistent basis. Even just a couple bucks a month goes a long way, and there are a host of cool rewards you gain access to by becoming a patron. One perk of particular note is my card-by-card grade spreadsheet for Strixhaven, which will provide you with my up-to-date thoughts on every card in the set. If my content has provided you with some value, please consider supporting my work on Patreon because it really makes a big difference. Without further ado, though, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We are keeping this on the play. Our opponent's name is This the End? To which I must answer, yes, this is the end. We name Warrior with Bloodline Pretender, curve it into Braggart. Braggart's pretty good with the wings. We would like to draw a 2-drop here, but a land is also fine, lets us cast our stuff. And remember, we are pretty land light, and we have decent ways to spend our mana thanks to Boast. Our hand wasn't the best. It was a little clunky for sure. Sure, we can get rid of that with our Divine Gambit, I believe. Artifact, creature, or enchantment, so yeah. This guy can get absolutely massive, and then we can Divine Gambit the Bounding Gold. Yeah, I know, Power Cane, I noticed that too, it's pretty hilarious. Oh, 4 colors. We've drawn a land on every draw step, which is pretty bad for our deck, but we only have 9 lands left in the deck, so over 2/3 of it are spells at this point. So we can just draw a spell every turn, like 2/3 of the game. Okay, So this thing's kind of problematic. Probably gonna have to Divine Gambit it, but I'll wait a turn. I know they get the extra thing. Tough. Oh, go for your struggle for Scamfar. Oh, thanks, bud. I appreciate that. Can Divine Gambit this thing. Then we'll Divine Gambit whatever they put in play. Oh, nice. Terrifying. The horror. This is a 15 land deck, Schwan Wielder. This was the best thing they could put into play. Kind of good for us. We have Divine Gambit for next turn, too. We can also Divine Gambit their Bound in Gold, as I said. They don't have anything too scary, which is nice. That Wings combined with the Axe Guard crushed him. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? That would be so funny. Also, try to... Oh, no. Oh, that's funny. That's all good. Thought they were going to make an angel. Okay. So, the equipment is annoying for sure. No blocks. They hit us for 4, we hit them for 4 lifelink. It's a cycle. Let's see what they put into play. They don't have anything because they haven't been playing cards. I think I've drawn every non-warrior creature in my deck. I'm being conservative with this. They equip this, it becomes a little bit of a problem for me. So I can buff up this thing, because this thing wouldn't live anyway. This is tough. The cards have not lined up perfectly for me this game. Maybe I was supposed to kill the Valkyrie sword. If I had drawn a couple of warriors, if I had drawn my own Beskir Shieldmate, I would have been in much better shape here. Nice. I was thinking more so earlier, but... So I've used 3 of my 4 Divine Gambits. I have a Warhorn Blast. That's the card I would really like. Okay, that's a little annoying. The cards were already trading in combat, though. So I have them on a 9-turn clock. Shepherd of the Cosmos would be a great draw. They can block that. They take an extra 3. Oh, that would have been really good last turn. I think I would have won if I'd drawn that last turn. I'm okay if they use the Stronghold, though. It means they get rid of their creatures. Tough. Real tough. If I'd drawn that last turn, I would have won. Tap this. Yep. We probably have a combat trick, but I'm not going to play around it. Thank you so much, Libertas, for the subscription. I really appreciate that. That was a good draw. I'm going to hold these lands in case they have the discard spell. None of my cards cost this much except Shepherd, which I can cast. No! I think that's an okay attack for me to make. They only have 1 blocker, so I get to swing them with my 1/1s now. I probably should have played 1 land there. I just really don't want them to play Skull Raid and draw 2, but if I then draw Shepherd of the Cosmos, I can't play that and tap something. Thank you so much, Libertas, for the subscription. 2 months in a row. I really appreciate that. And did I thank Darkslain? I don't remember, but I appreciate it, Darkslain. We might have gotten him. Well, this guy would have been nice earlier. Yes! What a game. I thought we were going to win, then I thought we were going to lose, and then we managed to get the win in the end. Whew. We definitely, I'm glad we had, like, the tools to go wide a little bit. Hi, Paul. How are you doing? That is the terrifying emote. The classic skill emote. Okay, we are going to keep this, even though it doesn't have any creatures. Divine Gambit's so funny. We cast 3 Divine Gambits that game, and the best thing they put into play was a 3/2. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, these cards both work really well with the wings, so I'm glad we have the double wings now. Again, we can't play a 2-drop on turn 2, so might as well make the best of it. Hit me with the Iron Price, buddy. If they have Iron Price, they probably would have played it then. I don't know. Unless they're like some genius Wings of the Cosmos anti-gamer. Parthrome. That makes a lot more sense. Like, you play your Iron Price during combat so you don't get wrecked. Gonna keep going for our classic plays. They can counter it, I don't really care. Oh, they are in so much trouble. These wings are gonna get them. Wings gonna give it to you. Don't. Sorry, that's cringy, I know. But sometimes I must do it. I have to satiate myself in that way. So they kind of put themselves down a card with the depart. They went back up a card. I'm going to attack with the Braggart here. Don't really want to trade those off. Go for your Iron Price, buddy. Nice. Sure. Wow, Mists is such a bad card. This thing is still a huge problem for them. Huge problem. It's just gonna keep growing. It's still got 4 toughness. I can't trade with it. It'll just be a 2/5 and then a 3/6. And then you never know what the limits are. I'm not gonna be activating this guy for a while. I'm probably fine trading him. Not gonna do stuff into active mana. If they cast something too expensive, I'll just Wings of the Cosmos this guy. So this one's going on top, and this one's going back to hand. I'll decline to put it on top. Look how good these Divine Gambits are starting to look. They have 4 cards in hand. They're not going to have that much good stuff left once I start Divine Gambiting them. I wanted to draw a land, so I put it on the bottom. It wouldn't be a bad draw, but I figured I have lands that are a good draw here, so I'm fine putting it on the bottom. Counter it, buddy. See what happens. They have 3 cards in Foretell. Yep, I'm okay with that. It's not like the perfect option, but Doomscar Oracle, sure. Now that is one that I will get rid of. Just putting in literal nothing. You love to see it. I'll trade these off. No blocks. Nice. That means they probably have a removal spell here, or a bounce spell or something. And they're waiting to block, or they just don't value this card very highly or something, or they think they're going to gain life, or... Wow. Absolute madness. Maybe they have Doomscar. But they also just have a lot of stuff in Foretell, so it could be anything. Oh, is it Starnheim Unleashed? It's a Starnheim Unleashed gamer. Of course it is. Wah wah. You hate to see it. Oh, of course. Now they have a card to put into play. Oh my gosh. Well, losing to Starnheim Unleashed. That's a classic. Yikes. Unfortunate. Yeah. I would have been fine if that was just a common Foretell card. But, yeah, I can't win now. Killing 3/4/4 flyers is lunacy. Let's see what happens. They're really going to draw 3 off of the Inga. The Vigilance is so over the top. We'll see what happens here. Wow. Just the most disrespectful blocking ever. Is this a counterspell? No. So I can make this survive. I could also use... So this thing is going to live. I can use it to eat the Avalanche Caller. There's no way to stop them from drawing 3. Wow, we almost got there. If this thing was dead, they would probably attack with their Avalanche Caller. I don't know. Oh no, they just make 2 4/4s and I die. Yeah, I'm just going to concede there. Oh my gosh. Come on, opponent. Give me a break. Give me a break. Come on. Whatever. I don't know why. What happened? That was just getting Starnheim Unleashed. We win that game pretty easily if they just don't have Starnheim Unleashed, I think. It's going well, Magistatorian. We lost to Starnheim Unleashed, but other than that, we won a really grindy game 1 with our mono white deck. Ooh, we get to play a card in the first few turns of the game. Let's go. We win the die roll again. Let's go even further. 3-drop, 4-drop, play this plus Boast because we can cast it for cheaper. Hype. It's not a 2-drop. Definitely worse than a 2-drop, but getting to spend our mana on turn 2 feels great. Demon Bolt, Demon Bolt, Demon Bolt, Demon Bolt. I feel a Demon Bolt. Or a Behold, but probably Demon Bolt. We'll keep that in mind. Ooh. We are giving them a juicy Demon Bolt target, but we can't avoid that. And this way our flyer can maybe get the job done. Oh, they are so dead. Do I want, so this is 3, 6, 7. No, 3, 6. Jeez Louise, Nikolai, do math. So they go to 9, then I can just play this. I'm gonna play this guy. It plays better around Demon Bolt, which they might have. We are playing mono white Kiwi. It's kind of wild. It's Iron Verdict. Wow. Dumpstered. Did not suspect them of splashing that card. We're still dead to this. Okay, so it was not going to work out for us regardless there. Oh my gosh. They're just killing everything? Oh no, they're just dead. Haha! Justice. So this is 3. Let's just do the math. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, they're dead. I wonder what this card was. It wasn't Demon Bolt, that's for sure. It was Behold. Always beholding, as Marshall would say. Let's go! Yeah, it's pretty fun. It was wild. I was building my white-green deck, and I realized I had 2 green cards, and I was like, well, I have a bunch of double white cards and heavy white cards, so I might as well just play 15 land mono white. This is the deck, Kiwi. I'll show it to you. Pretty hype. Our curve is super low. We're playing 15 lands. We got 4 Divine Gambits. A couple Wings. Wings have been MVPs, gotta be said. So yeah, it's been pretty good so far. We're 2-1. Living the high life. Living in a mono white paradise. And spending most our lives living in a battlefield raptor paradise. Divine Gambit. Cast Divine Gambit once or twice. Or 3 times. Or thrice. I don't know. That was a parody of Gangster's Paradise, which I only know because of Amish Paradise by Weird Al. Oh, let's go. Churned butter once or twice. That song is great. I love it. Ah, you know this hold. The Usher. This is not great to see. Oh, wait, 1 second. Haha. I fixed it. Twitch chat never reminds me these things. I don't blame you, Twitch chat. But I wish you had reminded me. I'm just going to make the 1-1 while the hay's shining. The 1-1's probably going to be relevant to the matchup. They're playing white-green as well. It is a new thing, so yeah. Okay, I remembered at least partway through. I wonder if anyone in the YouTube comments noticed. Probably not. I'll probably get a comment saying I noticed now. But it's a new thing, so people probably just didn't think about it. The Glade. Wow, this is just taking over the game. That's hilarious, Paul. Oh gosh, a 5/5. What the heck? Well, that's annoying. Why not play a 2-drop instead of boasting? Because I don't think the game's going to end soon, Antonio, and so I just get 2 extra 1/1s out of the deal because I can deploy my threats and stuff. Okay, I'm going to play this. Attack for 1. I have a lot of ways to deal with the 5/5. I'm not super worried. I can also just double best gear shield mate one of these turns. And if they attack me with this, I get to attack them on the ground with this guy again. I'll probably just jump with a 1/1. Or just take 5 for a turn. Are you... Actually, I have answers to this. I have answers. We got answers. We got answers. Don't worry about a thing. Ba-da-ding-ga-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ding-go. I can block there. And then take 7. I need to draw my exile effect very badly. I need Divine Gambit to change my mind. I'll still attack to get my 1/1. No, I don't really need to chip in. I have 4 Divine Gambits to answer this, so I'm chilling. I have 1 in 7 odds every turn. Oh, that's the worst thing that could happen. I had infinite jump blockers before. I guess that's a reason to jump block, because they could give it trample. Dang it. That hoses me. Now I have to Divine Gambit the Grizzled Outrider first. So this would become a 3/4. I'll gamble. Let's go. So they get to kill my best gear shield mate. So if I draw +2/+1, I'll win the game, I think, because this is 1/2 damage from those. Plus... Ugh, I just need Divine Gambit. Oh, man, we have 4 Divine Gambits, and I can't draw any of them. Yeah, I knew I was going to go to 1. I just don't want to lose my tokens. If I can help it. So unlucky, honestly. We have 5 answers for this Grizzled Outrider, and we just didn't draw one over the course of 4 turns or so. Ever since they played it, pretty much, which was on turn 4. So... we're not literally dead, but we're basically screwed here. Oh, that's just peachy. I feel like we only lose to them playing a very strong bomb combined with drawing poorly. So this way we don't die because we gain 1 life and then we'll jump there. I'm just so done with this game. I think I'm not dead here. But I think we lose now because we just didn't draw an answer for so long that we just had a mass jump here. Yeah, at least I did the math right before I concede. Yeah. That feels bad. I will say that a lot of games of Kaldheim are decided by a ridiculous bomb of some kind, or like some uncommon that just feels unbeatable. I was listening to the Limited Resources Sunset show, and they have a couple of categories. There's like a Mythic Uncommon category, and there is a, like, whether it's a Prince or a Pauper format. I definitely think there are decks that are good that have commons, but a lot of the, like, snow decks are at their best. We're keeping this hand. They said that it was a Pauper format, which means defined by commons, and they said that there wasn't a Mythic Uncommon. I definitely think the Mythic Uncommon was Agar. Whenever my opponent played that against me on turn 3, it felt like I couldn't win, and I knew I couldn't win if they had one piece of interaction, because I usually can't kill it on turn 3 unless I'm a red deck. So it's like if I don't kill the card, I immediately lose. So that felt like a Mythic Uncommon to me. And then there was like this... they said it was a... I think it was definitely a format that is... maybe not as pauper as they were saying it was as well. I mean, our deck doesn't really have bomb rares, but like it just straight up can't beat a deck that has certain rares in it, which is a problem. I mean, this hand's obviously going to crush our opponent no matter what they have, pretty much. I guess Divine Gambit doesn't really thrive in this hand, but there's just a lot of cards that at rare that are very strong. So yeah. Like Harnful, things like that. Just like single-handedly has won me many games, like the Burgee flip side. Jeez Louise. Ugh. I thought we were going to win this game easily. It did not turn out that way. We are going to lose in a massacre. Maybe we're okay. It's going to depend on if they attack with this Avalanche Caller here. Come at me, bro. This is pretty unfortunate. I'm playing 15 lands, and yet it feels like I've always had 6 lands in play. I think that might have something to do with the way that the Arena Hand Smoother algorithm works, because it like gives you more land-heavy hands somehow. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what I've heard, is that if you play like, sometimes if you play 15 lands, it gives you better openers or something. But regardless, we're going to lose this game pretty badly. This thing keeps getting bigger. This card's not as big of... I'm just going to get rid of this guy. And hope they don't have anything bigger to put into play. They could, but... we're around the time of game where I can do something like this. It's a risky play, but... yeah, so it is a downgrade, at least. Jeez Louise. I have to put it there. Because I could have attacked with that guy. I don't think adding green actually helps the deck very much. It makes me have to run more lands. It also makes my Divine Gambits harder to cast sometimes if I'm going to double Divine Gambit. That turn where they just Avalanche Call or struggle for Skemfard was just the most brutal turn possible. They have a good deck. They make 2/4. I have to get rid of this guy. What are they going to put in? Don't be too scary. Oh, no. That's actually kind of scary. Yeah. This was tough. I don't think I really could have played much differently, so. Yeah, I'm in a similar boat, Harry Kiwi. I didn't find it to be that replayable as much. I feel like my decks usually end up pretty great, but I don't really enjoy the gameplay as much. But maybe that's just Magic in general for me. I feel like I enjoy drafting a lot more than I enjoy playing the decks out. Because when you play the games out, you just... Feels like when you draft, you can't lose because there's no opponent. And then when you play the games out, you can most definitely lose. So this is 4, 5, 9. I'm up to 2 life. Doomscar that we didn't put in our deck? Nope. Unfortunate. So we lost to Great Snow Deck, Starnheim Unleashed, and then last round, what did we even lose to? We lost to something. We have 3 losses. It was... What was the card we lost to? Or deck? I felt like... Oh yeah, we lost to Valkmira because all of our 1/1s became completely useless, so... A little bit of a sweet deck not doing as well as could have hoped because of a little bit unfortunate. Like that last game is the sort of game where we can totally lose to like that sort of thing where they have the struggle for Skemfar to really wreck my start and then I draw cards that don't really work particularly well in that spot. So like I went 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, and then I had Wings of the Cosmos and Divine Gambit. But once they had a beefy blocker that could survive a Wings of the Cosmos, like I could have beaten a 1-3, but a 2-4 was just too big at that stage of the game for my card to get through, like on turn 3. And so I can't use Divine Gambit in that spot. That's really where Divine Gambit suffers because it's sure it like is a fine card when you're in the mid game, but it suffers in that exact spot. So if that had been a Bounding Gold, I could have potentially punched through and gotten more damage in with my 1 ground creature, but I don't think it really would have mattered because they just had a couple of Berg Stars at the top end. Overall, though, I think the deck would have performed a little bit better. That one game we were almost assuredly going to win until they had Starnheim Unleashed. The Valkmira really hosed us that other game because all of our 1/1s became useless and we had about 5 1/1s in play at that point. So that was a pretty big blow. But I think the deck was pretty good and it was cool to end the format on a mono white deck. Pretty neat stuff, I must say. 4 Divine Gambits. That game where we cast 3 Divine Gambits was really funny. And I think the card definitely was a little bit misunderstood, and it was really fun. I also play a lot of chess, so being able to cast Chess the Gathering was pretty fun. Gotta be said. If you were watching this on YouTube and you made it all the way to the end of the video, remember to hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out a lot. It's free to do. Also, subscribing is free. It just lets you know when I post videos in the future, so if you want to catch more of my content, including Strixhaven when it comes out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, click that bell so you get notified when I post future videos, and leave a comment in the comment section down below with your questions, thoughts, feedback. Leave hashtag, oh, what's a good hashtag to end on? Hashtag Kaldheim's Gambit, because, I don't know, Kaldheim Gambit. It's the end of Kaldheim. Maybe some cool hashtag that reflects your last thoughts on Kaldheim. It could be a little bit more of a creative hashtag this time around. I don't know. It was it was a fun format. There was a lot of cool things to do, but I'm excited to move on. And I mean, I'm always excited to try the new cards and stuff like that. So pretty cool set, pretty cool cards, pretty cool deck. Hashtag Kaldheim's Gambits. I don't know. Kaldheim's Divine Kaldheim. I don't know. Pretty cool stuff. Just leave whatever you think is a cool hashtag for Kaldheim in the comment section down below, or hashtag Mono White Flare or something, because it's like a cool deck to end on. So like a little bit of a flare. I don't know. But yeah, you can also support my content directly via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. I'm going to be posting my card-by-card grade spreadsheet for Strixhaven up there, so if you want to get access to that, check out the Patreon. Also, you can support me directly on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Amazon account to your Twitch account and subscribe to my channel for free, which does support me monetarily at no extra cost to yourself. You can read my articles and join the NicolaiBolas Discord server for free. They're both linked in the description and pinned comment down below. So those are more cool ways to interact with the community and read more of my stuff. But yeah, pretty cool deck. I actually really enjoyed the deck building of this one. When I just realized that I could just cut my green cards and just play mono white, that was kind of a fun moment. Maybe I could have taken some of those blue cards after all in pack 2, like the Cosima or whatever, and just put that into the deck, because it ended up being a mono white deck. Just a real cool way to end the format. And I definitely had fun, even though we got wrecked by some of those rares. Those white rares that I wish we could have had in our deck, but still a fun draft. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.